Good day, good day, good day. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Good day, Pastor Al. How are you? Good day, Gladys. It's good to see you. Good day, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for being with me today for our morning sip with Rev Melissa. I am Rev Melissa, and SIP stands for Spirit in Practice. Vanessa, Spirit in Practice. So we are in our Providence series. And it's been a wonderful series for me. I hope it's been wonderful for you too, Margaretta. And so let's keep going. Right? So yesterday I was talking about being a first class noticer, right, Lindsay? What are you noticing, right? And we talked about the reticular activating system, right? And how it's like it is engaged, right? It is engaged. It is noticing all the things, right? Noticing all the things that that you kind of directed to notice. You say, I'm going to change my ringtone. That was the example that Mark Battison gave yesterday. Downloaded a new ringtone. Then all of a sudden, you notice all these same ringtones. I shared that Zola loves Tesla. And I said, oh, Tesla. Then all of a sudden, I'm noticing Teslas all over the place, right? So what are you noticing, right? What are you noticing? And most importantly, what are you noticing about yourself, Julian? What are you noticing about yourself? That's what we want our reticular activating system to be retrained in. Because some of us only notice the negative things about ourselves. Some of us only notice the things that didn't work out in a certain situation, right? We only notice that. We have our reticular activating system turn on the setting of what I don't want, negativity, beating myself up, not being forgiving, gossip, uh, constantly watching negative news, right? We have our reticular activating system zoned into that, right? Zoned into that. And so we can retrain it. It's one of the oldest aspects of our neurological system because we needed it, right? We needed it to be alert, to be, in survival mode because we never knew where the thing was coming from, right? But now the thing that's coming is within us, right? What's your mindset on? Think about that word, mindset. What is your mind set on? Is it set on the good or is it set on the negative? Is it set on what I don't want or is it set on what I do want? Is it set on the wonderfulness that you are? Or is it set on something that you did that maybe you shouldn't have done and you beating yourself up about it? What is it set on? It's time to move the knob. It's time to move it, to shift it to another setting, right? To the setting of good, all possibilities. Let's set our mindset to miracle. How about that? Let's set our mindset to the quality of spirit that we set the intention for 2021. Let's set our mindset to abundance, to bliss, to connection, to love, to expansion, to kindness. Whatever it is that you affirm for yourself for 2021, is your mind set to that essence? Are you noticing that in your life? Right? And this is where divine providence is so powerful, right? Because divine providence is forethought and foresight. And we play a part in that, right? We play a part in that. We are directing the law, right? We are directing the law, and it is returning back to us that which we notice every single day. Yes? So are we paying attention, right? Are you noticing yourself with your spiritual eyes? How are you looking at yourself, right? Are you looking at yourself with eyes of love, with eyes of acceptance, with eyes of all is well, in spite of the appearance of things, right? So Mark Batterson says this, and I love this. He said, it's like our spiritual cataracts are removed to reveal a reality that was always there. We got to remove the cataracts, right? Get our mind right. Yes? Activate our reticular activation system for that which we want to notice more of. We direct it. We are not powerless to RAS. We are not, right? So we could retrain it. And every time I say retrain, I think about the bionic man, and the $6 million man and the bionic woman, right? We could do it. We could make it better. We could make it faster. Yes? Yes, things to be grateful for. You can train the RAS for gratitude. Yes, Lindsay. Yes. So that's what we're doing, right? That's what we're noticing. I wrote on my cue card here, retrain your RAS to notice the good that you already are. Notice that. Notice that. So I want to share a story that's in the Draw the Circle book by Mark Batterson. And I love this story. So it is a true story. It's by an author. It's the story of this author's experience in divine providence. And the author's name is Ken Gaub, Gaub. And so he's an author, he's a minister. He has a ministry of what he calls rearranging your mental furniture. That's his ministry. And he has like probably 20 books, right? So y'all can look him up. So this is what is shared in Draw the Circle. A few years ago, I heard author Ken Gaub share one of the most amazing prayer testimonies I've ever heard. He and his family were driving on I-75 near Dayton, Ohio, when they decided to stop at a restaurant. Ken's wife and children went into the restaurant while he stretched his legs outside. As he walked past a nearby gas station, he heard a payphone ringing. The phone kept ringing, and Ken thought it might be some sort of emergency, so he answered it. He heard the voice of an operator who said, "Long distance for Ken Gaub." Ken almost passed out. He said, "You got to be kidding me. I was just walking in the middle of nowhere and heard this phone ringing." The confused operator said, "Is this Ken Gaub? Is Ken Gaub there?" After making sure there weren't any candid cameras around, he said, "This is Ken Gaub." A voice on the other side of the line said, "Mr. Gaub, my name is Millie. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You don't know me, but I need your help." She went on to explain that she had written a suicide note, but had decided to give prayer one more shot. She said, "God, I don't really want to do this." As she prayed, she remembered seeing Ken Gaub on television. She thought to herself, if I could just talk to him, he could help me. But this was pre-Google, making it extremely difficult to track him down. As she prayed, some numbers popped in her head, and she wrote them down on a piece of paper. She couldn't help but think, wouldn't it be wonderful if God was giving me Ken's number? Then Millie said, I decided to try calling the number, and I couldn't believe it when the operator said it was you. Millie said, Ken, are you in your office? When Ken said no, Millie sounded surprised. She said, then where are you? Ken said, you made the call, don't you know? She said, I don't even know what area I'm calling. I just dialed the number on a piece of paper. Ken said, you won't believe this. I'm in a phone booth in Dayton, Ohio. Millie replied, what are you doing there? Ken said, answering a payphone. Come on now. If that is not divine providence, and I just want to share this one last piece. Ken went on to draw this conclusion. He said, I walked away from that phone booth with an electrifying sense of our Heavenly Father's concern for each of his children. What was the astronomical odds of this happening? With all of the millions of numbers and innumerable combinations of numbers, only an all-knowing God could have caused that woman to dial that number in that phone booth at that moment. When Ken hung up the phone, he walked over to the restaurant, sat down with his family, still stunned. He said to his wife, you won't believe this. God knows where I am. Come on now. I could do a little praise dance right there, right? We all have that story. Each one of us have that story. We do. Think about a time in your life where you did this, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, right? They seem totally disconnected, but you still do it, right? The times that you answered the call, right? Ken literally answered the phone, right? He answered the call. But the soul's call is always calling. It's always calling. And we get to choose if we're going to answer or not. We get to choose if we're going to answer or not, right? Everything that we need is already provided. We don't have to create anything. Everything is already created. All that we need to do is align ourselves with the consciousness of it, right? Be obedient, be disciplined. Do what is yours to do. Answer the phone. Answer the phone, it's ringing. Divine providence has gone before you and already prepared the way, has removed all of the obstacles, all of the barriers. Where are you going? Come, answer the call. Notice it. Notice, what are you spending your time noticing? And I'll say one thing further. What's your noticing tribe like? The people that are around you, what are they noticing? Because if they spend all their time noticing and talking about foolishness, then I have to tell y'all. You know that saying, you are what you eat? Well, you are who you hang around with too. Right? You might think that you're the most holier thou one in your group, right? Guess what? No, you're not. No, you're not. Check yourself. Check yourself. We all have an opportunity to serve as high first-class noticers in our lives and in the lives of those around us. If you have a friend and she talks negatively about herself, you don't need an amen on that. Notice something good. Tell her something good about herself. So maybe it'll start to move that dial of her mindset away from, I am not worthy. I can't do anything. I don't have any gifts. Maybe it'll turn it just a little bit. And that little bit could be enough for her to do something different, for her to regard herself in a different way, for him to see that the whole world is not against him, right? We get to do that for each other, and we get to do that for ourselves. We're in the practice of it, right? In the practice of noticing the good, the great, the wonderful, the lessons, the learnings, the things that we need to release and surrender and forgive. Notice that. And answer the call, y'all. Answer the call. Answer the call. So if you haven't had that experience, and I know if you just sit, and it might have come to you instantly, but if you sit, each one of us has a Ken Gobb story of something that's seemingly miraculous happening for us in our lives. And if you don't remember, right, just know that there is something waiting for you now. There is a miracle with your name on it, calling out to you, waiting for you to answer, right? Waiting for you to answer. So what are you noticing? This is your homework for the weekend, y'all. Your homework for the weekend is to notice yourself with the eyes of the divine. Notice yourself with the eyes of love. Notice yourself as spirit notices you. Every time that negative voice shows up, speak back and notice love. Let your answer be love. Engage in love. Yes, engage in love. So is the phone ringing? Will you answer the call? Notice the people around you. Be that beacon of light that shifts the conversations from COVID from COVID to compassion. Be that voice. Be that voice. Right? All right, y'all. So I'm going to end the Providence series with the definition I opened it with. Providence, the protective care of spirit or of nature as a spiritual power and timely preparation for future eventualities. It's calling. Let's answer. Let's notice the call. Yes. 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 My soul says yes, y'all. My soul says yes. All right. So there you have it. Divine Providence. Providence. I hope that resonated with you all. I hope that it sparked. Sweating. I hope that it sparked something within you. And I hope that each of us start to pay more attention to what we are noticing and to start noticing that which is good, that which we want, and start to shift our mindset. Yes. So if it did, I'm very grateful for that. So I think it is time to get into some joy news. And I just realized I left my cue card for my joy news upstairs. So here we go. Winging it. So I was feeling very warrior today. And I'm sure that was inspired by Morgan Grace, who was my guest last Sunday on Living Life in Joy. She's a sickle cell warrior. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And please check out that episode of Living Life in Joy with Morgan. Please support her ministry. She has a ministry at 15 years old of educating and informing and showing people what you can do regardless of the circumstance. Regardless of the circumstance. She notices health. She notices health and wholeness, even as she is experiencing sickle cell. So you can follow her on TikTok, Sickle Cell Warrior 6. And if you would like to contribute to her ministry, you can do so on Cash App, XX Sapphire 6. All right? All right. So this Sunday, I have another warrior, and she is a warrior for the unhoused, and her name is Jay White. She is the founder of Project Love Strong. They have an event happening on July 24th in Nashville, Tennessee, called Tea for Teas. And so they are providing T-shirts and mobile showers and all kinds of wonderfulness for the unhoused. And Sekou is part of that, part of her ministry. The Hero Ministry is part of the unhoused ministry. And so we have been supporting all of their efforts through the sock drive. And as you know, we are in the overflow with the sock drive. Our goal was 10 pairs. We are at 12 pairs, and 100% of the proceeds are going to their efforts, going to Sekou, who's making a donation to organizations who provide services and support to the unhoused. So if you want to be a part of this, to this goodness, then you can do so. You could still buy a Joy sock by going to my Etsy store. If you want the Joy socks to go directly to Sekou, I can change that information in your order moving forward. Those of you who already have your Joy socks and want the socks that you received in the mail already to go to Sekou so he can give it to the unhoused, Sekou will be DMing you his mailing address so that you can do that. Okay? So 100% of the proceeds from that effort has already been sent. $100 representing the Congregation of Joy. We raised about $84 and some cents, and we had to round it up because we're all about the overflow. So we rounded up to 100, and that is part of the seeding. We're just seeding because there's more coming, y'all. It's more coming. So if you want to give directly, you can do so by going to Give Hero Hoodies, and you will see the Hero T-shirts, Hero socks, Hero masks. They're all go-go's. You get one, and Sekou gives one to the unhoused. All right? All right. So Sunday, Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Jay White, Project Love Strong. Be there. Notice what is going on in the unhoused movement. July 23rd, next Friday, is our Meditating with the Full Moon. 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, right here where you're watching me right now. We will have our meditation with the full moon. We do a full-blown spiritual practice of inspirational reading, inspirational journaling, inspirational meditation. We do sharing, right, in the after party that we do on Zoom. So if you want to be a part of all of that wonderfulness, please join me. Friday, July 23rd at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on the New Thought Media Network. All right? All right. So I'm wearing one of Sekou's shirts that he sent me early on. I used to rock out all these T-shirts early on when I was doing Morning Sip. So this one says Essential Worker, aka Warrior. And I was like, yes, I am a warrior for joy. I am a warrior for people living life in joy, connected to their yes. And if you need support with that, DM me and we can set up some time to talk. If you want to support the Ministry of Joy, you can do so through Cash App or Venmo. I am iamrevmelissa, and I'm so grateful for those of you who continue and continuously support my Ministry of Joy. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. So everyone, let's check in with Sekou, Because I know he got some wonderfulness. I know he's noticing all the wonderfulness. Yes?
Hey, you caught me by surprise today. I don't know why, but I wasn't ready. So I just wanted to put up the flyer for Jay White's event. I know we've been talking about, but this is it. This is the summer outreach event. It's called T's and T's, July 24th. And there's that little SW on the right-hand side, right? Because, I just put my name on it because I don't know what to call all these things, all these ways that I'm contributing. But I'm so grateful to the Congregation of Joy for the abundance of socks and the abundance of financial resources. So grateful. And I announced on my show earlier today that I now have $6 a day sponsors for my run, my 30-day challenge, which is now, I'm day 46 of 30 days. So I'm way past 30. We got $6 a mile sponsors. And so I'm going to be donating all those funds to all 6 of the various nonprofits that I've gotten involved with over the course of the Hero Ministry. So super excited about that. If you want to get in, feel free. I'd love to get up to 10 sponsors. That would be amazing. Just to give you a sense of how much you'll be spending, it'll be between 50 and 60 bucks based on my miles so far. So that's where we are. Happy to have all the help we can get.
Yes. All right, y'all. So I heard an opportunity in what Sekou just said. He has 6 sponsors and he wants to get to 10. And we love that number. Don't we love 10? Because then we go into the overflow. Yes. So Congregation of Joy, he only needs 4 more sponsors to reach 10. So that's a call. I hear the phone ringing. Do y'all hear it ringing? I hear it ringing. So answer the call and be a blessing to this ministry of supporting and being a blessing, right? Being a blessing, be in the law of circulation. So if you could feel called, notice, and then take action. Notice and take action. You can reach out to Sekou directly. Let him know that you would like to sponsor his $1 a mile challenge for July in support of the unhoused work that he's doing with these wonderful organizations. All right. Yes, Stephanie. Good job, right? Yes, he's doing a good job. Yes. And this is what happens when you answer the call. Sekou started off with a 30-day birthday challenge.
I'm coming back in to explain. So what happened was, in June, my birthday month, I decided to challenge myself to jog a mile a day for the month of June. And then when I announced it on your show, you were like, I'll do it too. And I was like, what? And you joined, and other people joined. We got up to 45 people who participated in the movement during the month of June, moving their bodies in different ways, yoga, walking, lifting weights, all kinds of things. And then when I got to the end of June, I was like, well, let me keep going. Mm-hmm. And in a couple of days into July, my friend was like, I'm going to give you $1 a mile if you keep going. And I was like, oh, wow. And so I can donate that money to these nonprofits that I've been working with. And now I'm up to $6 a mile sponsors. This has become a whole thing. So it is now a charity run. I've been running at least a mile a day for 46 days. This morning I did a 5K because I was like, I got to get these miles up. So I'm very excited about this, and I couldn't have predicted it. So I'm grateful for the support.
Yes, that's a testimony right there, y'all. That's a testimony. So do the one thing that's calling to you to do, and you never know where it's going to lead you to. But I could tell you this, it will lead you to more good. It will lead you to more good. Guaranteed. And you don't know how many lives you will be touching along the way, just through the witnessing of it. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go into a whole nother sip. So I'm going to end it right here. Join me Sunday, Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll have a new series starting on Monday. I'm so excited to see what that is. Do your homework this weekend. Notice, pay attention, and notice what it is that you want to notice. That's the most important thing. Notice what it is that you want to notice. All right, we're retraining our RAS. We're retraining it. We're noticing the good, especially the good within us, the good that we are. Okay. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.